Good afternoon, traders. It is Tuesday, April 25th, 2017, and the U.S. stock market is closed. You have been listening to me moan and groan about these terrible markets. For me, it's been like endless. It hasn't been endless, but it's just like I can't remember having a really good day, something to cheer about. But as often happens when we have these periods, suddenly, out of the blue, things turn around. And that is exactly what happened today. Remember yesterday, we had, I think, about $7,000 in closed out losses. And then we got into a whole bunch of trades, but we only had something like $3,500 or something like that in our open trade equity. Well, today, the miracle happened. We ended up closing out $14,000. That's closed out trades, but we carried several of those positions, and we have over $22,000 in open trade equity. So you add it together, and of course we're not out of that open trade equity yet, but if you add closed out the open trade, we made over $35,000 today. People, I have not had a day job in 30 years. And it's because of days like this that it, you know, it has allowed me to do that. This system does work. It just can drive you crazy sometimes because you can go through this these very bad periods that are so discouraging, and then all of a sudden you have something really good happen. What happened today? We made $35,000. Now that's, believe me, last December we made over $100,000 in a single day. So this wasn't the greatest day ever, but it seemed like almost the greatest day because we've had such horrible, horrible markets for seemingly long period of time. So this is just reconfirmation in my mind that I'm not crazy trading this thing. This thing really does work, and patience pays off. I guess that's the lesson in my sermon for the day. Anyway, a great day, and I am very happy for it. This is the Dow, and you can see, we had this gap up yesterday, and this put us into a whole bunch of positions. But you see how kind of flat the Dow traded after it got us in. So we didn't build up much in profits on our open trade. As I say, we only had something like $3,500, and I think we had 18, 19, 20 positions or something like that. But it's having all those positions and then getting another gap today. And this one was even better because it opened a little lower and then it continued up. We have some upside movement today. It's not quite as flat as yesterday, and all this works in our favor. And as I say, we closed out $14,000, and then we held a bunch of trades, and so we're holding over 22,000 in open trade equity. So that's just fabulous. Now, what's happening with the Dow? Hey, the Dow was above 21,000 for most of the day today. It did pull back just below it near the close, but I think this is very significant. It's back up at these all-time highs. I honestly, I look at this chart and think, yeah, this thing probably going to come down a little tomorrow, but this is so strong. I refuse to call it down. I will call the Dow up in spite of this. And this was only the second day up, so we'll see what happens. Very, very strong markets in Europe, and the world situation and the domestic situation in the United States is looking very good right now. And there's a lot of optimism behind this huge push. This is a bull market, and ultimately we're going to make a lot of money with this. Okay, I'll show you. I'll just show you three of the trades. A lot of good trades today, but this first one I'm showing you because it's a closeout trade. Most of the stuff we closed out, even though we made $14,000 on it, it was just a lot of smaller stuff. And this was actually, I think, the biggest of the closeout trades. But this is SVXY, which is short-term futures. And we had bought this yesterday on this huge gap. A huge gap. But we buy gaps, you know that. It kept going, it closed favorably, and then it gapped again this morning for our get out. So this was a really nice exit point, and we took $2.2 thousand, $2,200 out of short-term futures. Now I'll show you some of the bigger ones. This is Alcoa. Normally not such a volatile stock, but boy has it been volatile the last 2 days. We bought this on a gap yesterday. It kept going. We had pretty good profits on the close, but look at this huge gap and continued run to the top side today. And as a result of that, we have $6,000 open trade in Alcoa. That's just beautiful. That's just fantastic. And then I'll show you the biggest one, although it's got me a little bit nervous. This is JDST. This is inverse gold mining. And I just see some. Let's just go back and look. We had bought this yesterday, right there, on a gap. And it hadn't done too much yesterday, but it really took off today. And I'm not real comfortable with this pullback at the beginning, but I've seen JDST before. It'll pull back at the end, like maybe there's day traders getting out or something, and then it'll pop back up again tomorrow. But even with that pullback, we have over $7,000 in open trade in JDST, so that's really looking good. Anyway, Trader Bob isn't just happy, he's ecstatic. And I'm just hoping that maybe this horrible, long, numbing, losing streak may be coming to the end, and we start seeing this system operate the way it's supposed to do. Anyway, that's my speech for the day. This is Trader Bob saying, I'll see you tomorrow on Wednesday.